Okay. Um. Oh, this is just me doing a quick sort of live vlog. So I had to do everything live. Um. I'm actually kind of feeling better. Uh, I went to see a doctor and I learned that I have an ear infection, which has been apparently draining into my throat, hence the cough. I didn't even really know there was anything wrong with my ear particularly, although now, strangely enough, now that it's been diagnosed, I actually am getting a ringing in my right ear, and at this point my ears are more congested than my throat, so still coughing a bit. Have some codeine to uh, help me sleep, and like mix of cough syrup or whatever. And hopefully I'm not gonna be like too loopy or anything. No more so than usual. So here is future Minecraft server. I mainly just sort of imported a lot of stuff, uh, like builds that I recreated in PS4. I just took the actual like schematics for those and just plopped them in. Um, in MC Edit, still need to like do some like touch ups and such, and also create schematics for like the hey, I was saying I'm getting better, but I'm still coughing a lot. Probably gets a little worse at night. So anyway, I did recreate Lavos from scratch, and I recreated the crater pretty much from scratch, in a matter of speaking, in MC Edit using yeah. Original build as a reference, and then I recreated this in-game in creative mode. Or I created it originally in creative mode. The interior is not quite done yet. Although it was barely even done in the original, so anyway, we got this I haven't really looked inside, and apparently these are just like deep enough and big enough for squids to spawn in somehow. Never had that problem on the PS4, so that's kind of weird. If you can notice that this is just completely smooth. Yeah, because of MC, like I didn't want to have all that weird, like symmetry. Cause they basically like they did like a quarter of it, then they flipped it around, and it'd be very obvious I did that if I just like I'm not trying to like lie about it, but you know I don't want it to look weird and like weirdly symmetrical. If I'm gonna make it's gonna look weirdly symmetrical, it should just be one solid block type. So anyway, we went to Town Hall from the PS4 server, although it's not furnished yet. well, it's partially furnished. Um, Mainly worked on the map room. That's not even really complete, but the parts that like show what the city's layout is are complete. Um, the map itself is not quite complete, though, I suppose. Um, or like the layout, like everything needs to be updated, and of course, like the outlying areas need to be um, added to some extent. But yeah, this is like pretty good size, I hope, for like a Minecraft server, for providing a nice little building area. It's like organized and such. So get the outer wall of Nintendo Dojo in place. Excuse me. I'll be recreating this from pretty much from scratch. Albeit in creative mode. I originally did it in survival, so um, this isn't too different from what I created in survival originally. So just like using concrete instead of hardened clay slash whatever they're calling it now. Terracotta. Also just slightly different materials for the wood part, because I'm using default textures. I still figured out how to get shaders working here. Apparently I think the best thing is like to use Optifine, which hasn't been updated yet, so I'll probably try to wait for that. I can't get Minecraft Forge to work at all. I mean, I've installed it correctly. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. So anyway, one thing that I'm taking from the original Pencils Play City, which I don't think I did a showcase of because it wasn't. It's an earlier version of it. But I had a sewer system, and I'm doing something that's a variant of that with hopefully some kind of like a subway type system. Mainly the idea is that I want to make everything up here completely flat, and all of the little sinkholes and fissures and ravines. And such will have access through the on some level or other. And I think the squid spawning mechanics are a little derpy. This update, I don't know if that's maybe just the PC version or what, but maybe because I was using MC Edit, I don't know. This ravine's actually kind of I might fill this in actually, at least for this. This doesn't really go into any caves or anything. But anyway, I don't think there's that much to show. I'm gonna try to make all the biome forest, I think, across the board. Which another thing I could do in MC Edit, which is nice. I couldn't do on PS4. just give like a nice uniform look to the excuse me, um, take the grass color and such for the city building area. See, I wanted to show the there's also the castle, which has a bunch of useless redstone contraptions in it. I don't know what any of it is, or what it's supposed to do. So, I may just like remove it and like repurpose the rooms. This is another area that I might have to another thing where I had to like try and yeah, why is it like that? Get to figure out how that's wired. Maybe try to get a button on the outside, or just remove the whole gate altogether, because I mean, it's supposed to be like the the main entrance. I think I kind of showed my build of it earlier, so there isn't really much different. I might try and I don't know. Like there's a whole like docking area in the original but I can't really do that. Like I do it over here maybe, but I had I had to change this from a swamp biome to like maybe more of a, well, not even really an ocean biome. Yeah, I don't think it would work. But anyway, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Here's a area where I can kind of show off. So yeah, this is originally designed as a sewer, and I've kind of reworked it. Sort of recreated it and reworked it to be more of a potential like subway type situation, and it because the whole idea was, or at least a big part of what my idea was with the sewer, was that really it was just a way to get into all of the caves and stuff that were uncovered as I was terraforming, and and to allow like actual like buildings to be put on the surface instead of having all these little sinkholes and random stuff. Sort of, you know, a bit of an eyesore, and also just less room to build. So, just create little tunnels and caves that go into this subway system, and then problem solved for the most part. And if someone tries to create a basement type area in their drawing and goes lands in the part of the cave system, well, that's something that can happen in any game. So anyway, maybe I just wanted to do a little health update, because some people might be wondering, hey, like, you haven't been doing any streams. I sort of stopped halfway through E3, and I don't really have much to say about it, because it's just been kind of underwhelming. I think for a number of people, myself included. Not a lot of new stuff announced. Uh, I think the big thing that I'm really interested in, as far as like new reveals, well, I'm interested in the remake of Shadow of the Colossus. I never played Shadow of the Colossus. I have it through PlayStation Plus on PS3. I could live stream that, but now I kind of want to hold out until the remake comes out, so I can play like the definitive version of the game, and being something I actually purchased rather than getting free PlayStation Plus is nice anyway. What else can I say? The Last Night looked really incredible. It's gonna be on Steam, so I'm really looking forward to checking it out. There's a bit of controversy with it involving Zoe Quinn. Yeah, not even gonna comment on that. I do not know enough about that situation. I've heard some things, and the whole Gamergate, whatever, don't really care much about that whole thing. It's old news, and my feet are firmly planted in the middle of these kind of, like, not really in the middle. I don't want to be in the middle of anything, but of any of that. But with regards to like feminism versus I guess anti-feminism, I'm like kind of like I'm for the I'm for feminism in so much the sense that what the definition is supposed to be, which is probably closer to egalitarianism than anything, but equality and progress where progress is needed, rather than just picking apart popular culture and and free speech and what have you. I mean, I think that, like, yeah, we need more stories that focus around strong female characters, but yeah, like I think I've talked about this before, and I think I've pretty much said my piece. It's absolutely nothing to do with the game itself. Like, the game itself looks awesome, and like I don't care who developed it. It looks pretty cool. I like the aesthetic of it. The gameplay, can't really say much. I didn't really show much gameplay. It could be if it's kind of an adventure game-y, which is what it kind of looks like it might be. Like, then I might be interested in that. That probably would appeal to me in some regard. So, yeah, I think that's the two that like pop in my head as far as what's been revealed. Metroid Prime 4, nice logo. I think they showed more of the 2D Metroid, so it looks like they're really trying to do both types of Metroid games, and just forgetting the whole thing with Other M. So let's see here, from Nintendo. I don't know how much the amiibos. I'm hoping I can get some of those of the new Breath of the Wild ones. Very interested in Skyrim on the Switch. Fairly interested in Skyrim on PlayStation VR. Don't know if they're going to do anything with the Fallout 4 or Doom VFR. Nothing has been really confirmed regarding that. I would assume they are, but then again, Skyrim is an older game. It may be easier for them to port that to a console-based VR platform than, like, it gave me a little bit of hope, but like, oh, maybe they're going to do those things, but then again, it is a 6-year-old game, so it may be more plausible for them to put that on PlayStation VR, especially when they are pretty much required to make it run on the base hardware. It may be that like we'll only see Doom and Fallout 4 for like Vive and Oculus and such like things like that. Which may mean I might be better off just getting a Vive or Oculus rather than PlayStation VR, given the fact that I have a VR ready set up. I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford anything like that, but maybe if Patreon supporters come flooding in, one of the things to consider, like, definitely could get a I could also put like an Amazon wish list or something and like post that somewhere. If someone like, it would have to be one individual who is very rich and very generous, and I am not begging for that at all. Like, I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that because I just feel. Yeah, I just feel like I'm begging for something, and I'm not. Like, I'm just like saying, here's something I want. Like, if you feel like you have enough disposable income to pay for this thing that I want, then go ahead, have at it. So I might do something like that. But no one should feel obligated to get really anything on that if I ever put something like that up. Patreon is probably the preferred way for people to contribute, because they can contribute as much or as little as they want. That's the beauty of it. Anyway, getting sidetracked. E3. As far as who won, in my mind, Devolver Digital. I mean, they had the most fun press conference. It was really short, but like it was just so avant-garde and crazy that I mean, in my mind, they won E3 by just not taking themselves seriously at all. As far as like a serious press conference, I don't know. Like, Microsoft did pretty well. I say maybe it's a toss-up between Microsoft and Ubisoft. Like, the softs, really. The softs won. Microsoft and Ubisoft. I tried tuning into the PC Gamer conference, but I just got bored. Like, most really PC exclusive games just aren't up my alley. Lots of real-time strategy and MMOs, and I don't really care too much for much of anything that's on there. And the rest is just saying like, oh, look at how awesome the graphics are. Like, Star Citizen might be the only game like this PC exclusive that I have any remote interest in, and who knows when that's coming out. I'm actually kind of excited by the 4K update for Minecraft. Meaning, like, if even if I can't get shaders and stuff running, there will be an official option for that. As far as play, the thing that allows you to play like online on any platform, between platforms. Interesting as Sony is like the odd the odd man out, because like there are people who like did the cross platform with Steam on Portal 2 when Microsoft wouldn't, and now kind of like the roles are reversed. Like I don't know if it's I would have had to imagine that it's Sony in this case, that they're just they're not wanting to open things up that much for cross-platform play. Proprietary formats or whatever the heck it is. I'm assuming it's Sony and not Microsoft, and especially given that Nintendo is part of it, yeah, I'm imagining it's Sony. It's just completely on Sony, whether or not they're going to embrace that potentially in the future. I don't care as much about it because I'm now on PC, so which is ultimately kind of the best way to play Minecraft in a lot of ways. And it also seems that Minecraft is approaching a point where they might actually start having parity in terms of features, and I think that if they're going to make the cross-platform play work, they're going to have to need some kind of parity with regards to features, and it seems like they're fast approaching that. That's right. Like we got the big update for PC version, and then there was a big update to the console version that included a lot of the same stuff. I still don't think they have dual wielding. I don't think they have mansions, but they at least have different block types, and probably the mechanics for creating them. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't really explored that a whole lot. Like, I'm mainly only going into the PlayStation 4 version to use as a reference for what I'm doing here. So, in terms of that, and I hope to have this up and running as a Minecraft server, probably for Minecraft Realms, unless someone wants to recommend something that they feel is like really better, could be cheaper, maybe more suited to the purposes of a YouTube channel, Minecraft server. Also, another thing, I have a couple of ultraviolet codes that for stuff that I already have. I recently bought the 3D Blu-rays for Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, and Mad Max Fury Road 3D, and I already got these both on all. I already have ultraviolet copies of both of these movies, so the code is basically up for grabs. You could follow me on Twitter or something, or just post and comment or something, and I can just message you a copy of image or something of the code, or just the code itself, and you can redeem it in giveaway of sorts. I may also bring this up in the Fisher live stream as well, just to also as far as Minecraft servers are concerned. I'm thinking that basically I'm probably gonna get the first 10 people to make a comment or to tweet at me or something, so that basically you'll have 10 roughly 10 slots or so, 10 to 15, I don't know, a certain number of slots for people to get on the whitelist to get on the Minecraft server. People who are viewers, regular viewers, or whatever, may just get on the Minecraft server. There'll be a certain number of slots to get onto the whitelist free of charge without having to contribute anything, except for a comment or a tweet at me, or what have you. Just to get some people on there. Mainly to get things started. Definitely lots of people who are maybe familiar with how to definitely I want some people who are very familiar with running a Minecraft server, who can kind of even show me the ropes about how to administrate a Minecraft server, how to maybe have areas that are like in adventure mode while having other areas, like areas that are protected, like indestructible basically. I think it would be nice to have some feature like that integrated into it, because there's going to be a lot of like public stuff like the roads and a lot of stuff I'm showing off here. I want to make griefing proof, whether intentional or unintentional griefing. I definitely want that to be not be a problem. So we'll have to see what we can do with regard to that. Excuse me. So, yeah, I may still be a while before I'll be live streaming again. I may be live streaming during the day, some point tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I think the the draining sinuses are going to be the coughing is definitely more of a problem at night. So and late evening. So I'm probably gonna be streaming during the day, particularly tomorrow because there's a Rift Tracks event that evening. I might stream when I get back. I don't know. Again, really depends on how I feel, because I might be coughing and all that stuff, and that's not good. So it's probably better to just do something during the day. I don't know what I'll be streaming. I wanted to play Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transformed. I might just be playing it rather than streaming it. But who knows? I might just stream it. Like if I feel up to it. Because I'm definitely feeling a fair amount better. I'm just coughing right now because at the very least, I guess like it's probably safe to talk, because it's not my throat that's infected, so that's actually kind of a good thing. So you don't have to worry about me, talking and coughing a lot. Whether that's gonna be healthy for me, because it's really just congestion from stuff draining from my ears. So actually I should probably it'd be actually better to I might actually switch to my microphone again for a while, because I don't know whether wearing headphones is going to be good or bad for my ear infection. Probably best to air things out. Basically, they can't figure out how to get the audio to go from my headphones right now. The only problem with me, streaming at this point, is the coughing is really distracting, and it worries people. So, I'm probably gonna avoid, later in the day where I'm going to be coughing the most, because no one wants to hear me coughing repeatedly over a long period of time. So anyway, I think that's enough. Just for health update, and I think I've shown enough of the server. And my work in progress. So thanks for watching. I can go to the outro, even though the outro isn't even prepared for Minecraft. Still, like, it's a standard pixels color scheme background. So anyway, thanks for watching all the way through. If you have, thanks for watching at all. If even if you haven't gotten all the way for the video, so you can follow us on Twitter. I've been talking about my health condition on Twitter, so if you need updates on my health, that's really the best way to do it, because I'm actually using Pixels Plays Twitter a lot more right now, but I do have a personal Twitter, Pixels DJ Gamer. I don't really use it that much. I use it for communication more than for actually tweeting. So, all support us on Patreon. And if you like, again, we'll probably do something, some sort of like a sweepstakes type of, or first come first serve. We'll all work out like a certain number of slots for people to just get in free, and after that, it's reserved for Patreon contributors. I may do more of a free dollar tier, maybe. Maybe a $5 tier. I don't know. Like I don't know what would be reasonable. I think $3 would probably be good. I'll probably increase it if things become too crowded. Yeah, or whatever. But that's probably quite a ways down the line. Anyway, as always, LCS and DFTBA. Thanks for watching. Especially if you gotten this far. LCS and DFTBA. I'll see you sometime. Hopefully, I will be much better and coughing much less. Bye.